So the PFMA identifies certain priorities, and I'm going to take you through these step by step. So the first step is that accounting officers become much more proactive financial managers. That's a real priority. And by that we mean they monitor the progress on operational plans, including the budgets, the monthly and the quarterly reports on a proactive basis. Accounting officers will be required to scrutinize and to be fully familiar with these reports before they sign off on them and submit them to National Treasury. The PFMA also focuses on financial indicators because they can be leading indicators of how successfully a public organization is fulfilling its mandate. And financial reports should be supplemented by qualitative, non-financial indicators which are more reflective of outcomes, at least on a quarterly basis. It seeks to ensure timely, valid, accurate and complete financial and related reporting, and to ensure that there's sufficient capacity in place in order to do this. So the CFO needs to have minimum qualification requirements, and that should enable effective execution. That's the first step and the first priority the PFMA set out. What's the second step? The second step was really to clear up audit queries, to urgently address any outstanding queries by the Auditor General and the Audit Committee and ensure that those were resolved. The third priority and the third step in the PFMA is to establish effective internal controls, to ensure there's an effective system of internal controls that's in place, and where necessary, to introduce appropriate changes. This should ensure that the management team is effective and the revenue, expenditure, the assets and liabilities of the organization are much more effectively managed. So internal audit within the PFMA becomes a mandatory function, and it's obligatory that this function is sufficiently capacitated. The PFMA also prescribed that an internal audit committee has to be established. It has to be established and set up with people who are qualified to undertake this specific role.